Well, it's interesting. Your last guest talked about out of thin air, and flight tracker information on Elon Musk's jet, which is private, indicates that it was in the air until 1:50 p.m. Eastern Time, headed to Reno. Now, that is not indicative of a company that's about to undergo a serious buyout. That indicates a half-baked plan, to use the 420 reference. When he also talked about funding secured in his tweet, you then compare that to the statement on Tesla's blog, where there was no mention of funding whatsoever in that statement.
So Gabe, just talk us through, though, the feeling about the fact that the share price is $8 or $9 off its all-time high. Regardless of what you think about some of these tweets and the statement, you must be hurting. And how fearful are you that this really does get taken private?
I'm adding to my short as we speak. I believe that the former chairman of the SEC was correct, saying that this could be market manipulation and it could be market fraud. Elon Musk tweeted that funding was secured, and unless he comes up with some proof that funding was actually secured in some kind of subsequent filing, then he has committed market manipulation and he has committed market fraud. Finally, I would note that there is no mention even of hiring investment banks as investment advisors or hiring outside legal counsel to even advise on a prospective transaction. So it looks very clear to me that Elon Musk made this tweet while he was in the air on his private jet without much of a thought, and then the SEC called the company and told them, you better halt the stock and make more disclosure.
We have no idea if he was on that plane at the time or not, and indeed how accurate Flight Tracker is. But coming back to the point, Gabe, about what it means to you, the phrase funding secured, to you, would that have to mean that he knew $72 billion in total was present, or much, much less than that, given the structure he's at least mooted about?
Well, legally, it means that funding secured, he has to come up with how that $72 billion will come about, i.e. more debt, committed bank lines, committed equity. Furthermore, there is not even a mention of any approving shareholders in this potential transaction. And note that many of his shares are owned by mutual funds who could not own private companies in this size or this structure.
Mr. Hoffman, he clearly wants to hurt people like you. This is something very personal for Elon Musk. What would you say to him? I mean, when you read all the analysis about why he might be doing them, and one of them always comes up, squeezing the shorts like you.
I have been a hedge fund manager for 18 years and owned my own firm for 16. And in all of that time, I have gone long and short many thousands of stocks. The greatest frauds have always been run by chief executives who are obsessed with short sellers rather than running their own company.